Hey everyone, so I want to do a short video here on the red dot / green dot that I just put on my recently acquired California SIG P320 M18. I did a video before, just took it out without the red dot, and red dot came in, or green dot I should say, but I just call them red dots. It finally came in. It's the SCS version, solar charging site. It's got the automatic dimmer for light conditions and everything. It's got a lot of bells and whistles. I like it. I went one time, but I did want to do a short video on a slight issue I had. I looked at some videos online, and nobody's had this issue before. Maybe it's just because it's so minor they haven't mentioned it, or I just got one that was slightly off here. But anyway, this is cut supposedly just for this P320 M18, so it just bolts right on to the slide here. So I thought it'd be easy, and there was a little more work involved because you have to pull this apart. You have to pull the plate out here, and then you have to compress the spring-loaded ejection shaft. Spring here. It's spring-loaded, and it's like a little shaft that goes and presses on the ejector, but not a big deal. A couple seconds, and the reason being because you have to get at the screws to remove the plate. I'm not gonna go ahead and do it. I didn't really do a video on this because it's so basic, but I pull it off and I put the new one on and I set it down there. It's a perfect fit. It only came with 4 screws, and only 2 of them are actually obviously the ones you use. So I put the screws in and tightened them down, and I tried to get the ejection prong, spring-loaded prong, back in the slot, and it wouldn't go in all the way. So to make a long story short, when I looked down the shaft here, turns out that this screw here was just slightly protruding into the shaft for this, just ever so slightly, and that was enough to bind it from going in. So what I did was I backed it out, I pulled it up, I put this in, and I just cranked down, and it doesn't hit it. It just, if it's down there, it won't get past it. But once it's past it, then this goes in. That was it. It's not a huge deal, but I'm gonna chalk it up to manufacturing tolerances, because it was just such a minute, tiny hair that was protruding. But that's all it takes to keep this from going through. You certainly don't want to force it, but you could just unscrew this, put it in, tighten the other one, and then you could cinch down that one and cinch them both down, and it works fine. And that was it. But thought I'd do this video just in case anybody else had that issue with the SCS, because this is a really expensive piece here. I think it was with tax and all, it was probably about $450. It was a little more than I wanted to spend, but apparently they said it's perfect fit and all this, and it has all the bells and whistles. So that's it. It's on there. It looks great, works great. It's a Holosun. You can't go wrong, and everything else was fine. So just wanted to show you about, well, couldn't exactly show it to you, but I wanted to explain that in case you did happen to buy one of these and yours also had a manufacturing, it's not a flaw, it's just it's more of a manufacturing tolerance deal. So this isn't exactly like they're trying to make this down to the 100,000s measurement. So maybe the screw had a burr on it. I don't know. I didn't look that close. It only took a few minutes to fix, but it definitely got my attention. So if you have one of these M18s and you buy the SCS, you could potentially run into that issue, and it's not a real big issue. That's it.